What's good, Black Star Podcast? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Jared. Apparently, the good brother, or I should say the good Negro, Dr. Umar Johnson, has talked about the reason why black folks is voting for Donald Trump. Now, I'm gonna keep this respectful because I know it's some dumb shit that probably was said. So we gonna take a look at this.
What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. This video is sponsored by Teach Henley. 40% off your first order plus 20% off for life. It is the pack that I use on a regular basis. I would never advocate for y'all to get something that I'm not using myself. Ladies, get it for the fellas. Fellas, don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. Also, on top of that, I just put the information up as far as the Patreon, the meetup. All right, so we're going to be partying down in Houston. End of July, the information inside of the Bag Chasers, in addition to Stock Club that's going to be popping off on Thursday. Make sure y'all tap in. Without further ado, let's get into this video with Umar Johnson, apparently speaking on black people and Donald Trump and then immigration. I want to get into it. Let's pop off.
There's this big obsession with like this big push of Trump support from black people. Like, what's going on here, fight?
Couple things. I think the reason why Donald Trump is getting more support from black people, and I would not be surprised if this would be the first election since the 1930s that black people voted more for a Republican than a Democrat. So history might be made in November. History might be made. But don't get it twisted. The black bourgeoisie is on their job and they out there. So the black bourgeoisie ain't gonna go easy because they know if Trump wins, they're done. No more contracts, no more set aside. You see what I'm saying? Because remember, the black bourgeoisie is only fighting for their own personal stake. They don't care about black folks. And the Democrats, if you can't deliver the black vote, what good are you? So they all going if they lose. They're not fighting for us. They fighting for themselves. Couple reasons why black folks may go Republican in November. Black people may go Republican in November. Number one, I think they're finally getting disenchanted with the Democrats. I think it's finally beginning to seep in. I think a lot of the analyses that are being made by black political thinkers, including myself, I think black people are really starting to see that we've been had. I mean, to have voted this way for 90 years and got nothing out of it, it's time for a change of some sort. That's number one.
Let me interject right here because I know Anton's about to say something. I can't even argue about anything he just said. He's right. We've been voting for Democrats for damn near 100 years, but yet we've only gotten damn pennies on the dollar while everybody's gotten fucking millions. They've been kissing. They've had us kissing their ass this whole time and ain't did shit for them. And then you got people like Roland Martin and a couple other people out here fucking begging them for money for themselves and shaming us in the process to vote for them. Meanwhile, we've been looking around like, wait a minute. We steadily getting fucked over all this damn time, but yet we supposed to vote for these clowns? And then on top of that, Biden talked about the whole talk about the Police Accountability Act when he got voted in. Talk about, I'm going to do this for your community, going to do all of this. Then turn around, he gave Asians a hate crime bill. And now they trying to basically tell us now, vote for us and I'll give you a hate crime bill. Well, Biden, you still in office, so why you can't do that now? Oh, wait, I know. You don't want to give us the hate crime bill because you don't really give a fuck. You just need our vote so you can stay your ass up in there so that you ain't got to leave. See, 2020 showed us a lot. With all the shit going on with George Floyd and the police and all this stuff, we were angry. And rightfully so, we were angry. So that's the reason why Trump got voted out. Okay? So Trump got voted out. Put Biden in. Biden gets in there, starts running his chops, talking about I'm gonna do this for the black people. Kamala disappeared, and all of a sudden she not black no more. Then you get all these Asians crying about hate, and Biden implements a hate crime bill. Roland Martin tries to tell us that black people are included in a hate crime bill when we already know we're not. And then 4 years later, in 2024, today, Biden's trying to basically sit here and pander to us, say, I've done this for you, done all that for you, and done all this and this and this and this and this. Meanwhile, your bills are getting more expensive, your insurance getting higher, food costs going up, rent costs is going up, you getting charged more taxes. He's sending all your tax money over to Ukraine and Israel for a war that we shouldn't be in. And then on top of that, this man is sitting here stumbling around, ain't got control of the country, damn near got a former president assassinated due to his rhetoric and his commercials. And meanwhile, we're supposed to feel safe with you in office because you want to sit here and say, if you don't vote for me, or if you don't know who to vote for, me or Trump, then you ain't black, like he said in the 2020 election. And now you're coming running back to us and telling us, if you vote for us again and get me back in office, I'm going to do this for you. Biden, I'm going to tell you this. Fuck that. We are done as a community with the bullshit. Y'all want to sit here and lie to our faces 24/7 when you have 4 years to prove to us, every one of us in Black America, that you actually give a fuck about us and us as a voting bloc. You've shown us your ass more times than not and told us to kiss your ass while you kissing Asians, Arabics, and damn white folks' asses. And they mad as hell at your ass for sending all their tax money over there and supporting 2 wars that we shouldn't even fucking be in. Meanwhile, you coming to us talking about, come on, I got the black vote. We are tired of being fucked over so many goddamn times. Then you try to put all of this feminist bullshit into black women's heads, talking about abortion rights, talking about all this different shit. Meanwhile, meanwhile, under your administration, Roe v. Wade got turned in your administration. So all of this shit is on you. The economy is shit. Interest rates is high as fuck. Nobody can afford to really live no more. 100,000 ain't 100,000 of yesteryear. The U.S. dollar has been literally sliced into fourths in this country. Nobody can afford to fucking live on a regular job. You got people having to work 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs just to stay up. Just to stay at least living comfortably. 100,000 ain't 100,000 of yesteryear. 100,000 now is like 50,000. You still living paycheck to paycheck, and you telling me, as a community, we supposed to vote you in because you gonna try to make a promise that you shown us multiple times before that you don't give a damn about us. Now you trying to sit here and say, vote for me. I'm gonna give you a hate crime bill. Well, you still got what is it? You got is up to June. It's July. So you got 5 months, but you trying to rain that little bit of damn change over our fucking head, talking about, if you vote for me, I'm gonna give you this little penny, knowing damn well you gonna snatch that motherfucker right back up out of the damn air and say, haha, made you look. Meanwhile, everybody else is getting more getting more than what we got. And you supposed to expect us to be okay with this shit? Boy, no. Let's continue.
I 100%, unfortunately, 100%, I cannot believe this is probably the second time in my life The second time in my life where I 100% agree, for the most part, I don't agree with the whole bourgeoisie thing that he got going on, because that's always, you know, trying to separate and trying to make sure that it's divided and all of this stuff. Everybody.
No, it's the truth, because you got the boule and then you got the regular grassroots. The boule is them is the double ACP, the Roland Martins, the damn Steve Harveys. They're those Negroes. Those are the sellout Negroes. That's what he means by the bourgeoisie. See, Anton, you know damn well that's who we talking about. The Roland Martins, Steve Harveys, the damn D.L. Hughley's, those sellout Negroes, those are who we talking about. We already see them. We see them. They right there square dead in your fucking face. Fucking D.L. Hughley is a fucking political pundit at this point in his life. This man is a staunch Democrat trying to basically shame black folks into voting Democrat when he's got the fucking money. Talking about your reparations, aka Steve Harvey, talking about reparations. Just wait for your reparations. Meanwhile, this Negro got hundreds of millions of dollars in a fucking radio show. He damn near on everything on the damn screen, and you over here telling me to damn just wait? Nigga, fuck you and what you gotta say. You got your money. You getting paid just for even doing an interview with the fucking vice president, and we ain't even seen this broad for fucking 4 years. All of a sudden, this woman started coming out. Now that it's damn campaign time, this woman came out. Where the fuck she been at for the whole 4 years? You got niggas literally asking the question of where Kamala at? Where she at? You got niggas looking around every time you see Biden. The last 3 years, every time we seen Biden, we looking around like where Kamala at? Kamala fucking disappeared like a motherfucker, and over here. Now that it's campaigning time, this woman can't even form a complete sentence or do anything because this woman is incompetent. And you telling me to vote for you? Oh boy, this is some serious bullshit right here.
Everybody votes on their best interest. Everybody does things based off of their best interest, even when they decide that they want to align with the blackity black. So let's be clear. All right, they doing it because they think that that's something that's ultimately going to feed into what allows for them to be more successful or go in a certain direction. But let's stick to the point. I 100% agree with what he's saying in that black people for the better part of 100 years have basically voted for or aligned with a party that wasn't even them. That's not even them. That's not even a part of what it is that you're supposed to be doing in the first place. Meaning that we are traditionally more conservative. We are not liberal people. We are not people in general, as far as what the culture is. Now it's starting to become something a little different, because culture is whatever it is that's popularized or that you celebrate the most or embrace the most. But family, structure, prayer, church, dedication, lack of man, woman, wife, no homosexuality, all that stuff. We are traditionally conservative people, but we've been programmed by, and I ain't gonna give a whole history lesson, but in a general sense, we've been programmed by the liberal media and liberals in general and Democrats to tie ourselves to the Democratic Party by looking for a handout, by looking for somebody to do something for us that we can't do for ourselves, instead of voting towards the freedom and the policies that allow for us to be able to do it for ourselves and be more successful. So essentially, y'all have tied yourselves and basically allowed yourselves to be bamboozled based off of something that your mother and your father and your grandfather and your grandmother before them and your simp great-grandfather basically said, we looking for a handout, we looking for this. But in reality, they gave you feminism, they gave you social services, they gave you their form of reparations, they gave you a lot of different things, but we continue to tie ourselves to it based off of what we don't like, but they're not actually doing anything for you. So I 100% agree with that point of what he made as far as black people tying themselves to the Democratic Party and then whether or not they're going to go over to being Republican. So let's see what else he got to say.
Number two, I think a lot of black people are attracted to Donald Trump's unapologetic disposition. He's very unapologetic. He don't go off cue cards. Completely different from Barack Obama and Joe Biden.
One,
You
he's
follow
right.
me? For a lot of black people, even though he's a racist, he's a breath of fresh air because he says what he wants to say.
And he's
The
not
entertainment aspect.
Okay, I had a question to all the people out there, and I'm gonna have you guys write in the comment section because I want to know why a lot of black people think that Donald Trump is racist. Yes, he said some Yes, he said some suspect shit, and a lot of his supporters are the good old boys. But I want to hear from y'all. Why y'all believe this man is as racist as y'all think he is? Because I guarantee you this, he probably ain't. He probably not racist. He probably just don't like certain type of people. Just like we all don't like certain type of people.
Aspect of Donald Trump.
Black people got to get out of this whole narrative of everything is racist when somebody of another color doesn't necessarily agree with you. Just because somebody tell you the truth about who you are and what your culture is, don't mean that you're racist. But he's right about that other part.
Is winning blacks. Number three, Donald Trump claims to care about the economic state of black America, which he doesn't. But he's openly saying, I'm going to do something about the economics in the black community. He said that the first term and ain't do nothing, right?
He absolutely did do stuff, but I'm not going to get into that. This is not a breakdown of, because I talk about this on the Millionaire Morning Show on a regular basis. But Donald Trump is in favor of the economic state of black people because it's the economic state of America. He wants all people or everybody that is an American to benefit from the American policies or the policies that he's using in order to continue to benefit us all. A rising tide lifts all boats. And so you can't sit there and say, well, it's only black people or it's only Hispanics. That's the whole idea of separating ourselves. But I do largely agree with, let's say, 80 to 85% of what he's saying. The context of what he's saying sometimes is off, but I agree with what he's saying.
Right? So he's not going to do nothing, but he's speaking directly to black America where Joe Biden is not. And I think that's why he's going to carry a lot of votes, especially black men. Especially black men, because what is the black man's biggest issue? Earning.
You know, Biden is speaking to a generation that's sorry to say it, that's rapidly dying out. He's speaking to a generation. I mean, I think it's the baby boomers and Xers. He's speaking to that specific generation. Sorry to say it like that, but it's a generation that's actively going on to the ancestral realm. He's speaking to that. We gave you civil rights and all this stuff. We helped you with civil rights stuff. He's speaking to that generation. Meanwhile, the up and coming generation, like my generation and Generation Alpha and the millennials, they're not speaking to us. We have different issues. We have different concerns that need to be handled. Problem is, he's stuck in that old adage of, I'm gonna keep on talking about civil rights and all this shit. But nigga, we don't give a fuck about that shit no more. I'm sorry, we don't. You did it for them, cool, calm, collected. Okay, we understand that. Good. You did it for all people. Not just black Americans, not just black women, not just black men. You did it for all Americans. White women got the ability to vote. Asian women got the ability to vote. White men, white men. Asian men got the ability to vote. Everybody got the ability to vote as a citizen of the United States of America. Everybody got that. So why are you continuously talking about black men or the black community getting the ability to vote because of you, when you gave that ability to every damn body else in the damn country? That's the problem that Biden is having. Y'all, the Democrats in general, actually, y'all keep on bringing up the civil rights. Okay, fuck you want me to do about it? Okay, so what? What are you doing for us other than that bullshit, other than talking about civil rights, okay? What else are you talking about? You're not talking about economy. You're not talking about improving the economy so that all people can fucking improve their lives. Because everybody in the country is struggling. It ain't just black folk. We just affected the most. What are you gonna do about the economy? What are you gonna do about you sending billions of dollars to fucking Zelensky for him to be able to buy his wife a new fucking Bugatti, huh? What about that? Or buy a goddamn new yacht for him and his wife to party on while Ukraine is at war? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna say to us that's gonna discredit what the fuck I just said?
Black men, especially black men, because what is the black man's biggest issue? Earning money. Biden ain't even talking about it. So I do think that
He ain't did
Donald
nothing.
Trump, for the first time in almost 100 years, he may carry the black vote. Now, I'm still not voting for neither one of them. And the reason why is they're both racist. Neither one has a track record of helping black folks. Joe Biden got this migrant crisis coming in where he's basically trying to wash out the black with the brown, and they are making headway. To see him take care of people who are not even citizens, while we got homeless blacks, disabled blacks out there, veterans who not get what they're supposed to, I can't support that crap. To watch him take care of the Native Americans and the homosexuals and the Asian hate bill and all this, and billions to Ukraine and billions to Israel.
That's all Biden. Everything he's saying is to Biden. In reality, we had the lowest unemployment rate for black culture. He absolutely started to okay, so one of the things, let me break down some of these myths that a lot of people are unfamiliar with. We already know, a lot of people know, some people are in denial, but a lot of people know that Donald Trump specifically dedicated more resources and funding towards HBCUs than any president in history. Look it up, go and Google it. He's dedicated more resources to HBCUs than any president in history. That's number one. Number two, there were called opportunity zones. I'm not sure exactly what the term was, but it was like economic opportunity zones where you were incentivized to invest in your own neighborhoods or in some of the neighborhoods that were predominantly black that were not as ideal as far as what people think were ideal to live in, so that you then don't have other people coming in and gentrifying your neighborhoods. But a lot of people were unfamiliar with it because most people don't read the policies and the documents and what's going on and where the investments and the money is going as far as what's happening within whoever is in the White House, but they're more focused on social talking points. So if you sit here and tell me, and that's just two of many, if you sit here and tell me that you're uneducated by then speaking to this and saying what's not there and what's not happening, you can't say somebody is racist when they then do something for people and then you say that they don't do it. It's crazy. It's insane.
You know, I can say this though. That's something that Biden didn't implement. If you're a gig worker, if you're a gig worker, he's trying to implement it to where you have a W-2 form where you have to pay more taxes. He's trying to implement that in. He's also the one that if you get $600+ sent to you on Cash App or any of that you get a W-2 form and you have to file it with the IRS. That's Biden. So he's trying to tax you at every which way. He's trying to tax you through. He's trying to tax you through you doing gig work like DoorDash, Uber, Lyft. And he's also trying to tax you through Cash App. If you do like on the side stuff, if you say things you get paid, if you get paid $600+ through Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, you have to file it to the IRS. You have to file all of that stuff to the IRS. If you don't, and it don't get calculated, you probably might owe the IRS money. Same thing. That's the same shit that's going. That's the same reason why a lot of these OnlyFans chicks are being investigated by the IRS. Because they're gig workers. They're technically gig workers in a sense.
But that's where we differ. His general talking points because I'm objective enough, even though I don't necessarily care for Umar Johnson or any of these blackity blacks. I can objectively agree with him on most of his talking points as far as what is going to swing the vote, if it is swung in any capacity. What is going to swing the vote amongst black people, especially black men? Money. The ability to be able to provide for your family is number one. It's key.
And not do nothing for me, he can't get my vote. But when I look at Trump, I look at the fact that he signed more death warrants, federal death warrants, his last term than any president since slavery. And when I look at the fact that he wants to give the police complete immunity, they're killing us now. Once they get complete immunity, you can't even question what they did. You know how many black folks are going to die on these streets? So for me, I have very strong, compelling reasons to not vote for either, and I don't have a good reason to vote for either. So neither.
Okay, black people, I'm gonna just say this because I do love our people. Despite what y'all feel, despite all the shit that I say, despite all the bullshit I talk, I love our people. Okay? I do love our people. But the problem is, there's a lot of our people that do some dumbass shit, and then when they get caught up in a situation, they want to cry wolf. Brothers, you already know that you are a target. You have a target painted in your back because you're a black man, for one, and you intimidate them based upon your looks and your attitude. You already know that you're a target. My question is this. Why in the hell would you add a bigger target on your back because you know these trigger happy ass cops out here don't give a damn if you're a fucking person or not. They looking for their damn adrenaline rush. If you know that this shit happens, why in the fuck would you put yourself into a position where you could potentially lose your life because of some dumb shit you do? That's what needs to be also talked about too. Stop putting yourself into positions which we already do. A lot of us don't. Okay, I have to add that. A great majority of black men don't do that. It's always the Negroes that are doing some criminal ass shit that get shot and deleted. And then we all got to sit here and say, oh, it was him. No. If you know that you are a target, and I'm specifically talking about the Pookie and the Ray Rays, if you know you're a specific target, stop doing dumb shit. Simple as that. Stop doing dumb shit. If they doing some unlawful shit, survive so that you can sue them for violating your rights. Don't argue with the motherfuckers. Don't argue with them. Don't nothing. Shut the fuck up simply and do what they tell you to. And if it's wrong and infringing on your rights, okay. But the fact of the matter is that these Pookie and Ray Rays go out here and do some dumb shit and get deleted, and then we all get looked at as a red flag. Pookie and Ray Ray, sit your ass the fuck down. It ain't the good black men that's doing this stupid shit. It's always the criminal Negroes that's doing it. It's like shit, and we all get looked at as a damn criminal. That's what I'm talking about. I know there's plenty of good black men that don't do no damn criminal shit. I already know there's good black men that don't. It's the Pookie and Ray Rays that's always the ones getting deleted and everybody got a doggone cry about him. No. Anyways, like, share, subscribe to the channel, support the podcast, and swallow.com. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Thank you guys for listening. I'll catch you guys later. Bye, guys.